in this issue, we will talk about the function of drawing points and supporting membranes. For example, if I want to draw a table, let's change its depth and size. For example, the depth is 1200, the width is 1200, right? And the height is 750. If I draw a boss, table, right, with a lake in the middle, how do I draw it? After selecting it, we can open it in the drawing points and supporting membrane, right? After opening it, we can draw its outline. This point is the 0 point. The upper left corner is the 0 point. Let's take a look at the coordinates below. The coordinates below are the 0 point. x0, y0, right? If I reach the end, I can click here directly, right? I can click here directly. If I want to go down 500, I want to go down 500. The x position is right. You see, after I click here, its x coordinate changes, right? That is, x from left to right is the x coordinate, and from top to bottom is the y coordinate. That is, if I want to go down 500, I can click here directly. In the case of, that is the y coordinate, right? What is the y coordinate? I want 500, so it is 500. It comes back to 500. Do you see it? If I want to go back to the x position, I will also go to 500. The x position can also be directly input as 500, which is equivalent to the 0 point. The x-axis is 0 from this side, right? The x-axis is 0 from this side, right? Then walk to this side and it is 500 here, right? Then up and down is y, up and down is y, left and right is x, if I want to walk to the end now, right? When I reach the end, we can directly click or say what? Or directly set the y position to 1200, and then if I return to the 0 point at this time, right? Then the x position is 0, right? Then we can see what other functions there are. If I have this desktop, right? We can set it. It means the tabletop, right? I have a circle here. I have a circle here. I can click on the circle, right? Then I can go to the edge by how much? The left and right edges are 100, right? The x position is 100, right? The y position is 100, right? Then we enter the radius. The radius is 20, and then we can also enter the radius later, right? Then it is a circle that is dug through. Then there is a clockwise arc, a counterclockwise arc of 90 degrees, a clockwise arc of 90 degrees, and then our spline curve spline. Let's demonstrate this. This is called a spline curve. This is called a spline curve. Then we will guide the fillet below. For rounded corners, I might make this corner into an arc, right? If I make it into an arc, then we can select these two lines. After selecting these two lines, we can directly click the fillet button and enter our radius, for example, 200. Then I also need to fillet this corner, right? I can select it, and then click the fillet button, for example, 30. This corner is also the same. If you want to fillet a corner, you can select it and change its radius to 30. Then in the same way. There is also area washing below, and then it's outline cutting. What does area washing mean? For example, if I want to make a groove on this board, right? I want to make a groove, right? I just draw one casually, for example, to make a light trough, right? For example, to make a light trough, I don't follow the size. If I follow the size, it is also XY coordinates. Then after you draw this groove, it will be the same, right? It is the frame. Select it, and then what do we have underneath? There is an area to wash, area to wash, area to wash, and then what is the cutting depth? For example, 10, how many centimeters do you use to wash it? For example, use a 6-centimeter knife to wash it, and then wash it from the top or the bottom, horizontally or vertically. Okay, then it is a groove. Do you see it? This is the groove. And then our board has also come out. Do you see it? Our board has also come out. Change the depth. This is the hole we just dug. This is the arc we just made, right? Then we give it, just adjust the position. Then this is our second charging door. What other functions does the second charging door have? It is a contour cutting. What does contour cutting mean? In fact, it is also easy to understand the second charging door, right? I first draw its outer contour, contour cutting, right? For example, I draw a random tree. For example, a random tree. What does contour cutting mean? Contour cutting means that the outer circle is in accordance with our line. This knife follows our line. The cutting needle is a straight knife. Which knife should we use to make a circle? Then use a 6-point knife to wash the front and back. The front is applied, right? This is called contour cutting. Then if it is driven and washed, it is the word we just used, right? It means that the middle is washed thoroughly. The middle is washed thoroughly. From left to right, it is all washed away. If it is contour cutting, we use a straight knife to make a circle. Then this is a function of our instant charging door.